welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be working on my January budget. So if you've been watching for a while, you know that I'm in school right now, in vet school, so I'm living on loans and trying basically to live on as little loans as possible right now so that I can get out of debt as quickly as possible when I'm done school. So my budget is really strict and tight, and my aim is basically to return as much of my loans as possible each semester. So I kind of don't exactly plan monthly or yearly, but like semesterly based on what my goal money is to return. So I am going to go ahead and get started. I always have like my scratch paper notebook, which I work out all my numbers on, my Erin Condren, which I write down like my official numbers on the note page before each month. So this is January, so I'll be using this page. And then I'm gonna put my cash envelopes in this guy for right now. My cash envelopes that I was using are super beat up and I had to throw them away. So I'm gonna make more, I think. But for now, I'm just gonna keep my cash in here and then take it out as needed until I make some new cash envelopes. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, let me just set this to the side until I need it. Okay, so basically this break I did not go home, so I stayed here, which is a foreign country, and did some pet sitting for some other students, so that gave me some cash, which is nice. And then I also have like my loan money from the semester and any money I had left over from last semester. So that total amount is here, 13,802 US, which equals, so if you've ever watched my videos before, you know that usually I work in the local currency, which is because I live in the local currency, and also because I have a local bank account that all my money, that's like my main bank account that I use. However, for this semester, I decided I want to get rid of my local bank account and just use my US bank account, because it's a long story why, but basically I figured out that I don't exactly need it, and it will just be a lot easier for me to just use my US bank account. So a lot of the numbers today are going to be done in US, whereas usually I do them in the local currency. So I'm mostly going to work in US until I get to actually putting cash in my envelopes, because I still live in the local currency. So even if I'm using US cash, which I do have some US cash that I'm going to be putting in these envelopes today because I got some as Christmas gifts and from some of my pet sitting clients, you know, when I go to the store and I use US currency, they're going to give me back local currency anyway. So basically I'm working my numbers in US, and then when it comes to physical money, I'll be in the local currency. So, okay, so this is my total, and then basically, as I always do, I deduct things that I know are absolute set amounts. So I know for a fact I've already paid my rent, so I need to pay my rent 3 more times. And then we didn't get a single electric bill last semester, which is not surprising at all if you know what this place is like. So I'm guessing that my absolute maximum electricity for the past semester, which is like 4 months, maybe 5 if he includes January whenever he brings it, I'm estimating that at 1,000 US. Hopefully it'll be less than that, and if it'll be more, I would be shocked if it's much more. So and then I want to set aside 1,000 for my break when I go home in April, basically for my bags, checking my bags on my way back to the island, any expenses that I have, like I'm going to be staying a night in Florida on my way home. I have a layover, so my hotel will come out of that money, and then there's a wedding while I'm home, so if I need to get anything for that, it'll come out of that money. Basically, that's just money that I want to be sure I set aside. And then, so I subtract that amount, and it comes out to 152. So this is basically what I have to live on for this semester, which is 4 months. So I know it's a little bit into January, but I'm still considering it a full month just because it's easier for my brain. So, and also I'm not here the entirety of April, but I'm also considering that a full month. So it's just easier. So for 4 months. Okay, and then just to have like a little safety net, I'm going to take out this 152. So I'm just going to say that I have 10,000 to work with, and the amount that I would like to send back on my loans this semester is 7,000. It's a pretty high goal that I'm setting for myself, but I think I can do it because I pet sat this break, so that gave me like a really good cushion to start off with. So yeah, so that leaves me with 3,000 US for 4 months, which comes out to $750 per month. Okay, so that's how much I have for each month to live on. So that's groceries, gas, eating out, anything fun that I do, anything I buy for my dog, all of it. Any house needs, laundry detergent, blah, 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 all that. So that's how much I'm giving myself each month. I think that's definitely doable. And then from there, I am going to turn this back into EC because when I break down my actual categories, like how much I want in each category, groceries, gas, whatever, I want it to be in the local currency because that's what I'll be using. So that is equal to 2,025 of the local currency. So let me grab my Erin Condren. Okay. And my categories. So my total per month. And I'm really going to try to track all my expenses. I'm so bad about it, but I'm really going to try to this semester. Okay, so I can set this aside now. I've worked out all my math. And my categories are groceries, gas. Usually I have eating out as one category, and I was including eating on campus, getting takeout, and like if I went to dinner with friends, which I do extremely rarely. I was counting all those in one, and I realized it really wasn't fair because the vast majority of the time that money goes to eating on campus. And so when I would actually go out to eat with friends, which happened once or twice last semester, I didn't have money there because I was really only thinking of it as eating on campus rather than anything else. So I broke down my eating out into sort of 3 different things. So I have campus. Campus food is going to get its own. And then takeout, which I'm really going to try to cut down on takeout. That was like a big expense for me last semester. This new company started up that basically allows you to get takeout from any restaurant on the island, and you can pay with your card. So that's just dangerous. But I am giving myself a small allowance for it because I know it will happen like maybe once or twice a month, but I'm really going to try to cut down, and I'm going to give up takeout for Lent. I've already planned on that. So that money should just sit there across Lent, which is a little ways away still, but anyway. So then I have fun stuff, which historically I really only include like going to the movies in that because that's really all I do. But I was thinking, like, I don't know, if I go out to eat an actual nice dinner, like if I go to sushi with friends, that's fun stuff to me. So I beefed that up a little bit, basically enough that I could either go to the movies like 3 or even 4 times in a month, or I could go to the movies maybe 1 or 2 times and also eat out at a nicer, like a place where my friends and I would go, like go to sushi once a month. So yeah, that's what I'm including, basically restaurant eating out in fun stuff. And then miscellaneous, which for me includes any emergency money, like if I'm out of any of these categories and I really need something, like if I'm out of gas and I still need to get to campus, that's going to come out of there. Any car stuff, like if I need my oil change, anything I didn't plan on, but also like housewares, like right now I really need a new broom, need laundry detergent, stuff like that comes out of miscellaneous. And then Minnie, which is my dog, so she's going to get a really small allowance because I am anticipating no vet visits for her this semester, and she has a ton of toys and treats right now because I just had family visiting and I just had friends visiting, and some of our pet sitting clients brought stuff back for her, so I'm planning on her budget barely getting touched, you know, unless she's runs out of treats or something like that. So we'll see. Okay, so groceries, and remember this is all the local currency. So groceries, I'm giving myself 500. Gas, I'm giving myself 150. Last semester I gave myself 100 each month, and I could pretty much make that as long as all that I did all month was go to and from campus and then like 2 or 3 trips to the grocery store. Anything more than that and I felt like I was scraping, so I'm gonna give myself just a little bit more and then roll it over, basically. Campus food, 300. So basically, usually when I eat on campus, it costs between 20 and 30 of the local currency. So that's basically letting me eat on campus 10 times. And then I figure, you know, sometimes like if there's an exam, usually I only eat on campus once in a day. But if there's an exam and I'm there really early studying, I might want breakfast and lunch. So, you know, it might not exactly mean 10 days that I'm eating on campus, but 10 times. And then also what will come out of that is if I get coffee or like a fruit cup between classes. So that's not exactly a meal, but like today I got coffee and a fruit cup, and that, you know, because it was a healthy thing, of course, was almost 30 EC right there. So, you know, giving myself a little leeway while still basically encouraging myself to either go home and eat for lunch or pack my lunch. Takeout, I'm giving myself $2.25, which depending on what I'm getting is like 3, you know, maybe 3 times a month. And then fun stuff, I'm giving myself 300, which like I said, if all I do is go to the movies, that's like, I could go to the movies once a week, more than once a week with that amount. But if I wanted to go eat out somewhere, you know, eating out for me here usually is around 100 EC or maybe a little bit more. So that way I could eat out once a month if I wanted to at a restaurant with friends and still, you know, be able to go to the movies, which is like the only fun thing that I really especially like to do here. And then also like school stuff. Like I know this weekend, if I decide to go to a thing that the school's putting on, I'll buy my ticket for that out of this. The following weekend, we have something called Beach Fest, and I will go to that. So I'll take, you know, my money for my ticket will come out of fun stuff. So miscellaneous purchases, which I already explained, is going to be 500. And then Minnie. Oh, I almost wrote Minnie again. Let me write that out. She gets 50. And some of these I'll roll over. Like, for example, to me, rolling over means that for Minnie, if I get to the end of the month and I have $50 left, rolling it over means that I still give her $50 next month and I just add this 50 to it. So next month she'll have 100 because she didn't use this month's. Some of them I will absorb instead of roll over. So actually it probably is minis that I will absorb. So if she has 20 left at the end of this month, instead of adding 50 to that and giving her 70, I will just add 30 to that and start next month with 50 again. I'll probably do the same for miscellaneous and anything that I don't use too much, but and probably for gas too, because I'm expecting that to be accurate. But groceries, things that like some months I might spend more, and some months I might not, just depending how life is happening, like groceries, campus food, I probably will roll those over, as in whatever's left I will add to the next month's allowance instead of just absorbing it into that. I hope that makes sense. I don't know. You know, this is just how my brain works. So, okay. So these amounts are all in the local currency. So let me grab my cash and I will put it in here. Okay, so I tried to sort it ahead of time. We will see. So what I don't have in here is takeout, because if I'm ordering takeout, extremely likely that I'm ordering it using the new website that I mentioned, which only allows you to pay with a card, so I will use my card if that comes up. But other than that, I'm going to try to use cash for everything. So I had on me just a combination of local and US cash, so, and I had a lot of it, just happen to have a lot of it on me right now, like I said, from Christmas gifts and pet sitting. So I don't want to go to the ATM and get more cash out and then have this cash just be sitting around. So even though, like, for example, 2 US 100s doesn't add correctly up to 500 EC for groceries, I'm just gonna, you know, whatever's left over, because I will probably have that amount left over, I will use it for the next month. So some of these amounts are kind of estimates, basically, is what I'm saying. But anyway, so for groceries, I have 500 EC, which is approximately 200 US. 200 US is actually a little bit more. And then let's see what else we got here. Okay, this is miscellaneous purchases. So you can see I have a combination between US and EC. So it basically is 500 East in local currency. It's just $5 off from that. So that's going in miscellaneous. Sorry, I'm not doing a good job of letting you guys see what I'm doing here. Let's see if I can bend this back. Okay, and then the next one is just 50 EC, which is for mini. And then this is approximately 150. It's actually 154, but you know, close. So that's going in gas. I always put it in front of the tab. So that's going in gas. And then I have 300, which is going for campus food. So I have an eating out tab. That's how I previously had it. So if I was gonna use cash for both campus food and takeout, I would separate them with a little tab, but it doesn't exactly, I did make a tab, so I'm gonna put campus on here, like, so that I know this is like my campus food money. But since the takeout allowance that I'm giving myself will be used on my card, it doesn't exactly matter, you know. And then I also have this 300, which goes for fun stuff. Okay. So yeah, that is going to be it for my budget for this month and my cash envelopes for this month. I am going to try for the first time ever to actually track everything all month starting today, because this is when I made my budget, so my numbers will be up to date. And we're really going to try to do a budget like report card video, basically just show how I did with the goals that I set for myself this month. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.